The El Nino Southern Oscillation, sometimes you'll see it abbreviated as ENSO, ENSO. In ENSO, we have El Nino conditions, La Nina conditions, and then neutral conditions. Here, the South Pacific High is a part of the wind system that blows the trade winds over towards Indonesia. In El Nino times, those trade winds are unusually weak. And so because of this, the surface water temperatures over by Peru and South America are unusually high water temperatures. The Indonesian low gets unusually high, and the South Pacific high gets unusually low. So those are El Nino conditions, and we'll talk about in a minute what that means for the people. La Nina is the opposite, so the trade winds are unusually strong. The surface water temperature off Peru is unusually cold instead of unusually hot. The surface water in the Western Pacific gets unusually warm and creates very dry conditions along the coasts of Peru and Chile. The rain then is going to fall across the oceans in India, Myanmar, and Thailand, so that those weather patterns switch places. What this means for the people of Peru is those warm conditions at the coastline actually make it so there are less fish, and so they are depleted of their food supply. Over here is what that warm water is normally on the western side of the Pacific, and here it's migrating over to end up in the eastern side of the Pacific by Peru, and it should be on the other side of the ocean basin. These occur every 3 to 7 years. I'll show you a graph of that in a second. They usually occur around Christmas. El Nino is the boy from Christmas. And the upwelling shuts down. The upwelling is the upwelling of cold bottom waters from the Pacific, and those cold bottom waters bring up nutrients like poop and dead fish up to the top waters and create a nutrient-rich environment for that fishery there. Globally, then, during El Nino, there are going to be some parts of the world that are unusually dry, and that it shifts to unusually high rainfall in other places. In the southeastern United States, during El Nino, I believe we get more rainfall, and in La Nina, we get less. So here is a graph of what that's looked like from present day back to 1950. And the El Ninos are the ones in red, and the La Ninas are the cool phase here, are the ones in blue along the bottom. So more recently, there's been more El Nino happening.